Salutations, people of the internet, welcome to the database. Let's get this out of the way. The new Super Mario Bros. Series is pretty bland. Not that any of the games are bad really, they just don't provide anything new, exciting, or groundbreaking. When New Super Mario Bros. Came out on the DS in 2006, it was exciting back then because it was the first new 2D Mario platformer since 1991. And when Nintendo released New Super Mario Bros. Wii on the Wii, it was the first new 2D Mario platformer on home consoles. But the stigma behind the new Soup series started to show its cracks when Nintendo released New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the Nintendo 3DS. Aside from the game's main gimmick of coin collecting, it's the same set of Mario worlds we seen 2 games ago. The Koopa Kids are the main bosses of each world again, and many of the level designs are practically already done in other platformers. New Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U and its deluxe port on the Switch didn't save the series that much either. Cool, you gave us a new power-up in the form of a flying squirrel. You made Nabbit playable. You made Toadette playable in the deluxe port, and she can transform into Peach. Get that shit out of my face. The only good thing that came out of this series was the release of New Super Luigi U, a DLC side game that stars Luigi and his unique physics in small by challenging platforming segments. That was a huge breath of fresh air to the formula, but they were still tired of this new soup aesthetic. So yeah, that's why I decided to skip the new Super Mario Bros. Series of games, because they're not worth the effort of making a video on each one of them. Maybe in the future, but I need something new, something that is good evolutionary step in the Mario platformer genre.
Upward.
Oh hello. Released very late in the Nintendo Switch's life cycle in 2023, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the new and latest 2D Mario platformer in the franchise, bringing in all new elements to the table while also bringing back familiar faces as playable characters. Are there new power-ups? Yep. Are there new gimmicks to play around with? Yep. And are there new level designs we haven't seen before?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Let's not waste any time on this intro. This is the new Super Mario Bros. Wonder on the Switch. Our story begins with our Mushroom Kingdom heroes gathering to celebrate with their neighbors of the Flower Kingdom, led by their prince, Prince Florian. He shows our heroes their power source of the Wonder Flower, the flower that has the ability to warp reality. Bowser takes interest in this flower and steals it for himself, using the Wonder Flower to merge himself with Prince Florian's castle. So it's up to Mario and his friends to stop Bowser from taking over the Flower Kingdom. And yes, you're seeing the character selection screen perfectly, as this game has the largest amount of playable characters in a 2D Mario platformer. You got Yoshi dinosaurs of different colors, Nabbit and Toadette from the new Soup U Deluxe are playable, and for the first time in a Mario platformer, you can play as Princess Daisy, alongside Peach as well. Princess Daisy made her debut on the handheld Mario platformer, Super Mario Land, the princess of the game's location, Sarasa Land. In order to reach Bowser, Mario and his friends must free the Flower Kingdom civilians known as Poplins. These Poplins were imprisoned by Bowser and his forces and are holders of the 6 Royal Seeds. These Royal Seeds are needed to destroy the Cloud Piranhas protecting Castle Bowser, and are needed to access the final stage. Once you beat Bowser and his forces, including the returning Bowser Jr. and Kamek, the Mario heroes save the Flower Kingdom, ending Super Mario Bros. Wonder in celebration. Mario heroes. So what's the Flower Kingdom like? Well, for stages, it's actually quite different compared to the usual Mario theme affair. Sure, you got your grasslands, deserts, and water themed stages, but then you have themes that are a mix of one another, like the second world of the game, Fluff Puff Peaks. a mix between your ice and sky themed worlds from the previous Mario platformers. The desert stage in this game is actually a dessert themed stage that will make Homer Simpson drool.
Really, the only word for it is...
Each world holds several regular platforming stages, where the main objective is to find all the Wonder Seeds before reaching the goalpost. The most interesting part of the course now is that there are no score tallies this time around, nor is there a certain time limit. That means you can spend as much time as you want in each course, finding all 3 giant purple coins and all the Wonder Seeds, without the timer running out. Although for a game released in 2023, this game still relies on a live counter and game over screens. Seems unnecessary, especially when you maxed out your live counter. Most of the Wonder Seeds you get are given to you by the Poplins after completing the course, while other Wonder Seeds appear when you touch a Wonder Flower. These Wonder Flowers create different changes to the stage design, called a Wonder Effect. These effects can range from Mario heroes transforming into different shapes and forms, like a balloon, a spike ball, or a Goomba, while other changes relate to the gimmick of the course, like the stampede of the Triceratops bison's breeds called bull rushes. And let's not forget the stages that show off the game's music, like these singing piranha plants in the second course of the whole game, to a stage where the main focus is to time your jumps to the beat of the rhythm. These type of stages are really fun, and it is so satisfying to time your jumps in succession. Oh look, the ninjas from Super Mario Bros. 2 USA. Outside of the main platforming course, there are other places where you can find more Wonder Seeds to collect. These come in these smaller sized courses that don't have a Wonder Flower attached to them. Usually, there are these search parties where you sit in a secluded location and have to look at every nook and cranny for these Wonder Tokens. Wiggler races where you race against a giant Wiggler on roller skates and come in first. KO arenas where you must defeat all the enemies in an area. And then there are these badge challenges that test your skills and knowledge of using a variety of badge that this game has to offer. Badges operate differently among every other Mario game, and we'll get to you soon. But to focus on this game, badges serve as equipable power-ups that provide different benefits. Action badges are colored orange and give our Mario heroes one additional ability, from a dolphin kick that lets you swim faster underwater, to my favorite ability of the bunch, turning your cap into a parachute that lets you glide slowly. Blue badges serves as boost badges that gives our heroes miscellaneous benefits that are not tied to their controls, from starting a course off with a specific power-up you want to being able to bounce out of hazardous pits like lava and poison. We'll get to the new power-ups in this game in a bit. For now, let's wrap up the badge lineup with the expert badges. These badges change your gameplay experience entirely, from turning invisible to bouncing for the entirety of the course. As of writing, I'm still working on getting a last badge of the game, and that's tied behind the very last course of the game. One that's even somehow harder than Galaxy 2's Perfect Run. Jesus. Can I mention the parachute cap again? As this ability may feel familiar to the Tanuki suit from Mario 3, or the Peachette and Flying Squirrel forms from New Suit Deluxe. I wanted to say that because it's the best way for me to transition into the new power-ups exclusive to this game. The Super Mushroom, Fire Flower, and Starman make their return along with the 1-Up Mushrooms, and in its place are only 3 new power-ups, giving this game's total of 6 power-ups to play around with. First is the Bubble Flower, that kinda operates like the blue baby Yoshi from New Suit Deluxe, where you can blow bubbles into your path to trap enemies and create platforms to bounce on. The Drill Mushroom lets you drill underground and on certain ceilings to reach hidden areas, and even attack enemies from below. This feels way faster compared to the drill item seen in Galaxy 2. Finally, it's the new poster power-up for this game, the Elephant Fruit. This fruit turns our heroes into chunky elephants that can break blocks in front of them, use their trunks as a close-up attack, and if they have water in their trunks, spray water all around because why the hell not? It's adorable. These power-ups are fine, but it's not as cool as a Tanuki or Cape Feather from previous titles. Sometimes you might come across these standee signs during your playthrough of a course. These are placed by other players online that may or may not help you on your adventures. When passing by a standee, and if you end up dying near one, you can use that standee as a saving point when you're a ghost. Sometimes these standees are helpful when fighting hidden blocks locked behind specific characters, usually containing power-ups. Where do you get these standees? Well, remember when I mentioned each stage having 3 purple coins that are worth 10 coins? Well, you can spend some of your purple coins at these poplin stands. Here you can spend your in-game currency on either a boost badge, extra 1-ups, or stands for specific characters. It's like RNG microtransactions, but at least you don't need actual money for it. Anyway, I don't think I have all the footage for all the playable characters in this game, but for the characters I normally play, they all feel great. In fact, they feel like they all play the same. Of course, you got Mario still being the all-arounder from all of his games. Luigi doesn't seem to have his traction and height jump. Both Princess Peach and Princess Daisy can't float in mid-air, akin to Princess Peach's gameplay in Super Mario Bros. 2. I mean, it makes sense, seeing as that's now tied to a badge ability, kinda. Both Buckenberry and a la Gold Toads are now separately selectable, and Toadette is given the same level of difficulty as the others, but they don't have the Toad's signature speed, so most of these characters are just aesthetic. See, in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, you sometimes notice that the yellow Toad and Toadette are only seen in the character select screen. To get to the blue Toad, you have to hold down one of the shoulder buttons, and Toadette in the game is treated as the easy mode of the game, where players get an extra 100 seconds for each course, and if they play in jet form, they get an extra jump to hop out of bottomless pits and other hazards. Plus, in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, they all have their signature traits. Mario the All-Arounder and Luigi get his little traction and height. But here, in the Mario Wonder, Toadette gets the same treatment as everyone else, and vice versa. Like, I'm not complaining if everybody feels like the same, but what happened? The Yoshi dinosaurs and Nabbits are the only ones who can't use different power-ups that the plumbers, the princesses, and the toads can't use. Nor can they ever take damage when in any of these courses. So this time around, these two are the easy modes of this game. But fear not, the Yoshi dinosaurs and Nabbits can still use any of the badges you equip before entering a course, and they could still die from other environmental hazards and get squashed. What do I mean about the badges? Example here. If you like to stay up in the mid-air for a long period of time, use Yoshi's flutter jump and equip that with the parachute cap, and voila. The Yoshis can eat enemies but can't turn them into eggs and use them as ammunition like in the Yoshi Island games. I might have to cover those in the future. You might have noticed that some of the stages are labeled with star ratings in each of them. These are there to indicate the level of difficulty a stage may have. From my experience, the courses with 1 to 3 stars are a breeze to go through. Stars rated 4 to 5 might require some level of precision platforming, but are easy to nab everything in one go if you know what you're doing. With 4-star rated courses being relegated to badge challenges and stuck and wonder effect heavy sequences, while 5-star rated courses, the highest difficulty rating in the game, are mostly seen in the secret special world after beating Bowser. Bowser's final stage also being 5 stars. This time around, Bowser's final fight is similar to all the rhythm stages that you have played in the game so far. In different areas of the world map, you'll find teleporters that lead to the secret world filled with extra difficult courses. While all the courses seem to reuse ideas from the main campaign, these are adjusted to challenge you, and they are a great test to your platforming abilities, as well as your knowledge of what types of badge to use. Of course, as of this video, I still have yet to complete the final course of the game that'll give me a 100% completion, because this course alone will test your skills and knowledge of all the badges in the game. All the badges are used to the fullest extent here in this final course, and it's a stage like this that makes me wonder why bother having a life counter in the first place. You could use the Yoshi dinosaurs or Nabbit to make your progress a bit easier, but I feel like the stage is designed for the plumbers, princess, and toad characters in mind. If you can do this stage very easily, more power to you, especially if you manage to obtain all 3 giant purple coins in one run and no damage is taken. Let me pause as I put it on gray. Future me, as of writing, I did complete the course and all you get for it is a badge that changes the sound effects to acapella. That's it. And it took me almost a year after the game's launch to do so take that what's worth. No joke, I'm actually giving Super Mario Bros. Wonder the S rank, the first 2D Mario platformer to receive this ranking, if not the first Mario game ever to receive this ranking. This was such a fun game to binge through, and this was something the new Super Mario Bros. Series was missing, and something Nintendo was looking for in the next step for the Mario franchise. I really enjoy that there are plenty of playable characters this time around, as this was an easy implementation to have players play as their favorite Mario characters. My favorites, if you were wondering, are Luigi, Daisy, Blue Toad, and Light Blue Yoshi. And yes, I did notice a voice change on Mario and Luigi, not having Charles Martinet this time around. And I gotta say, the new voices for these two are pretty spot on. You might have noticed I have been omitting a certain character in the game, and you probably noticed them throughout the game in all the clips I use. Well, let me give them a proper introduction.
Float while in midair.
These are known as talking flowers, and these little critters love to comment over stuff that are happening during your adventures. Sometimes they provide tips to secret areas, while other times they cheer you on as you push forward. And personally, I really like the talking flowers in this game. They are so adorable and they give some of the best liners at right situations.
You can't hold him. I warn you.
There is an option in the game settings to mute them, but why would you want to do that when you can have moments like this?
Whoa, careful. This place is intense. After me? Nah, it's gotta be you.
Because these guys give life to your playthrough. In a franchise where the main cast of characters are practically mutes with one-liners and sounds, the talking flowers are like us, the players, commenting over every occurrences, obstacles, and challenges each course offers. I really hope to see these guys again in future Mario games. While the power-ups are a hit and miss, it really makes up for the variety of badges you can mix around with. These badges encourage players to see which ones are best for a certain stage, and gives open opportunities to find all the hidden secrets and alternative paths to that goal. And some badges provide an easier experience that doesn't feel like hand-holding. Rather, they feel like a neat extension to Mario's Heroes moveset. If they want to have this badge for their moveset, and if they know how to use them as much as you like. I really hope Nintendo decides to do a spiritual sequel that carries over the gameplay ideas Super Mario Bros. Wonder offers, as there is limitless potential to the new badge system for Mario platformers, and the badges provide a new level of stage design not seen in other Mario platformers. But for now, the best we could do is, well, wonder. What are your thoughts on Super Mario Bros. Wonder? Do you like the talking flowers? What's your favorite badge in the game? Let me know in the comments. Tune in a few weeks from now where we close off the Super Mario Summertime Marathon. The summer is almost over, but the Mario is still going. And instead of platformers, I want to tackle what would be my first RPG review on this channel, as I look at Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I'm Christopher James, and I'll see you next time.
Onward and upward. Wonderful!
Super Mario Bros. Wonder, only on Nintendo Switch.